Alright, it is a Friday evening. Yes, we went and had some Jamaican food tonight.
It's good.
It was really good.
Slow service, but it was worth
It
it.
was like 2 people, so I don't blame
Yeah.
it being really slow. If it was a lot of people, but
Yeah.
So what do we got? What you pick
So-
out?
Picked out Bell Cow, J Dubs Brewing Company, Sarasota, Florida, milk chocolate porter,
Milk chocolate.
5.6%. So there's nothing fancy about this one, unless of course you consider generous portions of high quality chocolate fancy.
Oh,
Yada yada yada.
does it say yada yada yada?
No.
Oh dang it!
Whoa!
That just popped on you.
Almost did it.
So I had to make fun of Spencer because he won't see the new Transformers because the Beast Wars is his favorite, and he says it's not going to do justice to his favorite.
I'm not the only one. Well, I take that back.
You are the only one.
Kyle, my friend Kyle, he
No,
went.
what you are our loyal
Yes, our
viewer
loyal viewer. Hey,
oh,
Kyle.
over
Hey.
there. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually did have a legit reason for not coming this time.
His wife didn't let him.
No.
Not coming this time.
Family. We'll just put it that way.
Hmm.
So,
It's none of my business.
Yes,
It's just going to pick on him when you say he's not coming. Sorry, Kyle. That sounds kind of personal.
yes. That's good. That's like
It's chocolate as a border.
that's like chocolate milk beer. I like that. So, you recently got Paramount Plus.
I've had it for a year. Now they've added Showtime without even me asking, but yeah, sure.
You've recently started diving into Star Trek on Paramount.
Yes, Discovery. Star Trek Discovery.
I really suggest, I highly suggest you watch Lower Decks. It's the
I've heard it
animated one.
ties in.
It does, with Strange New Worlds,
Yeah.
which,
Ties in with Discovery.
and it is, they brought back Star Trek with that series.
Really?
I like Discovery. I got some problems with it, but
I hate the Klingons in the first season.
they fix it.
That's what you told
Yeah,
me.
they fixed
The
it.
first one, they're awful.
Yeah. Excuse me, but
I like the whole thing of the spore driving. That's pretty cool.
that is, and I do like the way that, because a lot of people were like, okay, wait a minute, you've got this, drive that can take you anywhere instantaneously.
What happened?
Yeah, and they do explain it. I won't, no
Yeah.
spoilers. They
Well, I
do
figured they
explain
would
it.
because besides this alien creature and now the human, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. Which the third, fourth season, fifth season, whatever it is now, that's coming out soon as well.
Oh, okay.
So
it's coming out soon, but still, Kyle's still not coming.
yeah,
Poor Kyle.
maybe he can Jimmy it though.
Jimmy it, Kyle. Jimmy it. Was it this motion?
Well, it was.
Okay.
You have to
Gonna
Jimmy it.
make sure.
Yes. It wasn't a little dainty, no.
Don't know if you heard that. Don't know if the mic's good enough to pick that up.
Commentary from
It's okay.
our
Our
live
executive
audience.
producer.
Yes.
I'll give her a title.
Brewpill is filmed in form of a live studio audience.
That's why you never hear laughter, because we're not funny.
Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, so we were just talking about
There was something I said, save it for you were starting to talk
oh
about.
yes. So apparently they're looking at Taylor Swift for
Dazzler.
in Deadpool 3.
Because it's going to be Deadpool 3. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Which is, I guess, their way of getting rid of the Fox universe. I think we've
Yes.
talked about that before.
Which should still be good.
Yeah. Let's see, was there anything else I saw? Oh, we got League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
They're going to reboot it.
They're rebooting it, and I guess, damn it. Brad Pitt's already signed to it, which I don't know how you sign people that are on strike, but
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It's just weird.
yeah.
It was just like they signed The Rock up to do Red 1 on Amazon for the biggest payday ever of $50 million for an actor. without them being on strike.
Yeah.
And then the next day, him donating part of that salary to the
strike.
strike.
Yeah.
I'd do that too, so I didn't get negative coverage.
Yeah. Well, it's like Stephen Amell. He just went through it.
Oh yeah, because he gave his opinion at a convention or something, and everything brought it out. And it's like, well, people are allowed their opinion.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing. You can support something and still have your opinion that you don't agree with it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I kind of look at it from, like, this perspective. It's like, okay, the writers aren't getting their fair share, which I'm not a writer, so I can't really give a honest opinion on it.
Yeah.
But the,
Oh yeah.
the, actors, fall behind them.
Yeah.
But there's all the people that, like, work behind the scenes that make everything happen, and
Yeah.
they're just screwed,
Yeah. Well, it's like on Marvel, I guess the VFX created their own union, from what I hear now.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that they've been getting screwed over for a little while because they're just being worked to death.
With the animators behind the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
They're dealing with the same thing. They had a time date, and they're like, there's no way we could make it. So they're like, okay, we're going to lighten up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the whole thing is, what's the fair share? How do you deal with the fair share? And to me, it's like this. It's like the studios, well, we own the rights to this. So if we sell it to a streaming service, we get 100%. And it should be like, no, it should be built into the contract no matter what. If it's to a streaming service, it's kind of hard to predict how many people will watch it.
Yeah.
But they should still, like, everyone get a certain percentage of that whatever, because they sell those rights to, like, Friends or whatever show for millions of dollars. So these people should equally get their share.
Yeah.
I understand you can't count, but I don't think that's the fussing one. It's like, you're selling this and we're getting zero.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell a rerun on a streaming service, because everything's a rerun technically.
Yeah.
Unless this original series built.
You don't even have anything.
Dang. But it's an interesting thing, and I think they can figure it out if the studios. They already bragged about, we saved $100 million.
Yeah.
By not paying people. You were already saving money.
I just I've been watching a lot of this stuff because it's not just the actors and the writers. I don't know if you saw the video on TikTok about the Yellow Truck Company. Like the
There was a lot
dude-
of things that were going to happen. You heard the UPS strike was going to happen. Airline pilots. Can you imagine if everything would have gone on strike?
Oh yeah. I think we're on the cusp of, like, we've had the different industrial revolution and that. I don't want to sound communist because I'm not a communist, but I think we're on the cusp of, like, the workers' revolution kind of a deal.
Something has to change because people are putting all their work and they're not getting their pay.
Yeah.
While these other people, the Bob Igers of the world, are making X amount of money, no matter if they sink or swim.
Yeah.
Or the golden parachutes.
Yeah, say you do a crappy job.
And you get rewarded.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're going to let you go, but here's some money.
Yeah, that's crap. Because as the employer, if you get fired, you don't get a severance package worth millions.
You don't even get. It's been a common
reach
joke.
around.
Well, I say that it's a common joke. It's like you have to give a 2 weeks notice to your employer if you're leaving.
Why?
But they don't have to give you a notice like, hey,
when they're firing you.
Yeah, we're going to be letting you go. If they're laying you off, that sometimes they're like, listen, a couple weeks we're going to be laying you off. Maybe.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, but it's not like, hey, you're doing a crappy job and we're going to be letting you go in 2 weeks. So just so you know, so you can get your family prepped.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. The things have to change. Mm-hmm. And we're going to change beers.
Yes, we are.
We're going to be back. Drinker's choice now. I got Titan's Haze. It's a hazy IPA 8.0 from Gainesville, Florida. First Magnitude Brewing Company. It's a hazy, so I know he's going to like it. It is a 7.1%.
Damn. That's kind of misleading.
I know, because it says the 8. So maybe it's the 8th version. I don't know. It is kind of... I got this at Trader Joe's over there.
I found a beer online earlier. And
I'm sure there's hundreds of them.
I wanted to, buy it. It's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And it was I swear it was 13%. And it had some crazy name. It was like, the darkness within you shall rise. Well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, and it was like $20. I'm like, okay, well it's decent size. But with shipping, it was gonna be like $48.
For
and I was
one,
like,
yay! I can't. Yeah.
not when I can import whiskey from Australia for cheaper.
Well, then you need to do that.
I am.
Okay.
It's called Stargazer whiskey or something like that. It's from Australia. Free shipping, and I was like, okay,
From Australia?
yeah.
What's wrong with our shipping over here then?
We don't have the right knife.
It's only $300 for the bottle, right?
Yeah. No, it's like $25.
Really, with
Yeah.
free shipping?
It was a little bit. It was like $28 or $29 for like a 3-pack of like 3 different ones, and I was
Yeah.
like, so we might.
Yeah, we can do that. What you said it's a whiskey?
Yeah.
This is definitely not as chewy as most IPAs.
This is.
You can definitely see with the color, it's a little hazy. Of
That
course.
is a very drinkable IPA.
Yes. From Gainesville, Florida.
So we're in talks. We're in negotiations.
Yeah, we are?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know this.
We're in negotiations for possibly going to see Zane Lamprey.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. The non-Godfather Godfather of my child.
Yes. The only thing up in the air right now is, and it's strictly our wives that are figuring this out for us.
'Cause we're assholes.
Yeah.
We're lazy.
They just drag us around and we drink.
They make us look good.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
To go see Zane Lamprey at a brewery. It's either going to be Jacksonville or New Orleans.
If you don't know who Zane Lamprey is, please Google him.
Yes.
He's the reason.
Kyle.
Zane. Zane Lamprey. He goes to these breweries. You know, he's got the best job ever. When I first saw him on Mojo, when high definition TV was first coming out, he went around the world and he was going to every place trying different liquors, different beers, and he took his friend Steve McKenna.
I was actually introduced to the show by Simon, so it's.
I wanted him to be my McKenna, but
Who knows?
he's my Spencer, so we can get Spencer together.
Maybe we can go to Jacksonville or New Orleans and make a name for ourselves.
Yeah, meet him. He's from California. My wife's actually addicted to now his wife, who raises. They foster cats and it's pretty glorious to watch online.
Your wife's into Zane's cats.
Yes. Brings joy to her life, and that's all that matters.
This brings joy. Let's see. Is there any other movie news?
Yeah, we're just shooting the bucket here since nothing is.
Tom Cruise is putting together a Mission Impossible series.
Oh, for TV?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Godzilla one coming on Prime called the beginning of the Monarch or something
That actually looks interesting because it's
I
got Kurt Russell and his son, and it's like 2 different time periods.
Yes, his son pays him.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I can.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was there anything else that?
Because Godzilla is like my son's favorite thing right now. We're waiting for Evil Empire to come out. You haven't seen the previous Godzilla Evil Empire?
Mm. I'll have to look that up.
Yes.
Godzilla
vs. Kong 2 Evil Empire.
Oh, okay. I have another one. I'm kind of so I have 2 shows that I've been looking forward to, and I'm going into them like assuming they're just going to disappoint me.
Yeah.
So I've got Avatar: The Last Airbender. Netflix is working on that. It's a live action version of the animated show, which you need to watch, sir.
So the M. Night Shyamalan is the best version, right?
No. It's absolute trash.
I don't think it was his fault, though.
No, he changed a lot of aspects of it. Hey, watch the series, then watch the movie, and you'll be like, "What the hell did you do?
What were you?
What? Yeah. What? No. Okay. I mean, I kind of. The movie is trash, but I kind of see some of what he was doing.
Yeah.
But we can talk more about it when you watch it. And then Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Yeah.
They have the new series coming out on.
I'm actually excited for that.
Yeah, I liked the books. The movies not so much. I don't know why they went with. So the series is trying to stick with it because in the books he was like 11, and in the movies they're like, let's make him 17. Doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, I guess the visual aspects of seeing 11-year-olds fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's probably what they were thinking. And
Yeah.
they're great minds at the heads of studios.
Yeah. But the series is supposed to be sticking with the whole, they're younger, which I hope they pull it off because the books were great. So
That's why there's so many with the birth of streaming, the way streaming is. There's so many good comic books or books that can be made into series, which could be just so much more profitable.
yeah, it's like if they had made an Invincible movie, I don't think it would have worked.
No.
Because the series. I'm gonna admit I didn't read the comic, but watching the series, I felt like I got.
You watched the
Every-
comic.
yeah.
That's what you feel like, yeah. Because the first season is incredible. So did you watch? Was it Super Crooks or something that was supposed to be after that?
Is that the one with Adam Eve or whatever?
I don't know if it's
Oh.
Adam Eve, but I know
haven't-
it was a Super Crooks that Mark Miller, because he was the writer.
Okay, no, I haven't watched that. It's like I need to catch up on The Boys.
Okay, yeah,
I
I'm
haven't-
still catching up on the boys.
I think I've watched the first season, first 2 seasons maybe, but I haven't watched any of the other stuff. So
Yeah, there's the animated Diabolical.
but yeah,
But that's a good thing. I mean, people can crap on Amazon, but I think what Amazon's put out has been decent.
mm-hmm.
You know, they spend the budget. Maybe it's overkill. I don't know. What was it a Hobbit thing they just did?
Oh,
Middle
the
Earth?
Rings of Power. or
That
whatever?
was I liked it. I don't know how true it was because I haven't read the books.
Yeah.
But me and Wendy watched it and it was enjoyable.
From what I've seen, like the hardcore fans didn't like it,
Okay.
but I mean, hey, it's one of those things. It's like
You can't please everybody.
no, it's like perfect example, the Avatar, the Last Airbender movie. I went to go see that with my parents when it first came out. They never watched the series.
And they enjoyed it.
They watched the movie, like, oh, that was really good, and I was walking out like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
beep, what the beep,
You're cussing the whole way out of the theater. But that's the thing is some people take these movies as they have to be perfect, and it's like,
Yeah, like, Rise of the Beasts.
I'll stick with it. I enjoyed it.
I will.
I liked Mirage in it.
Hey, here.
I liked Optimus Primal.
I will do 2 things, sir.
You know who voiced Optimus Primal, right?
Who?
Who do people say I look like when I have a beard? Ron Perlman.
Oh.
I didn't know that till I watched it because it doesn't sound like him.
Yeah. I will watch Bumblebee because I've stopped watching them. I'll watch Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts
Okay.
if you'll either dealer's choice,
Okay.
either both the Kill Bills
Okay.
or the more strenuous one. Watch
All of Avatar.
all of Avatar.
I'll
and-
watch Kill Bill 1 and 2. Because it's 2 movies for 2. Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast,
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll watch, because since we have it on disc now, it got bought for me for Christmas.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, like watch Avatar with Zane. Like I watched it with my daughter and she loves it. There's a follow-up series too, and she likes that too. Anytime it comes on, she's like, "Oh, I want to watch Daddy." I'm like, "All right, Abby, come on."
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what I enjoy. Like, Zane's into Futurama right now. He really likes Futurama because they have the new season on Hulu.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. He's like, I'll watch it till we get there. He's like, you can watch it by yourself. I'm like, I'll wait. We go through back there again. I don't mind. That's like one of my favorite series. We'll be back with what are your favorite series or movies? All right. What do we got, Spence?
Emerald Republic Brewing Company
Right out of Pensacola, Florida.
for One Perfect Moment.
Some pretty
Wheat
cool
ale.
artwork.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Little dirt moment there. 5.2% alcohol.
It's a wheat ale.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
Magnum in Holler Tower Middlefroth.
Middle
Interesting.
It's one brewery in Pensacola I haven't got to try yet.
Did you know there is a distillery in Navarre?
Yes, I've driven by it and I always forget about it while I'm driving by it.
I didn't know about it till
Oh. Leave a dispenser to make a mess.
man,
Jimmy it!
it was just giving such a good head.
No, Kyle.
Man,
Don't get excited. Damn, Spencer's just a little too good at that, or bad, whichever way you want to say it.
does not want to cooperate there.
I guess we're gonna have to wait to. That's what you get for making fun of the frittable.
Yeah. The frivol hopping, fridgeful norfin.
Farfignugan.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, eventually. We're working on it. Need little, like, construction tape.
Under construction. Like everything we do here. Some people are like, let it get hit, it's getting air. Really?
I'm trying to aerate my wine. I was actually just talking to my my dad about that. He was telling me about a video he had watched with Anthony Bourdain, and he was talking about how he hated the craft beer like scene.
Yeah.
He liked craft beer, but he hated like the whole, because he was like, I go to drink a beer. He
With your
goes,
man buns and
well,
your,
yeah, he's like, I walk
your
in there
hipsters.
and there's some guy in there like,
Yeah.
whoa, I'm smelling, and it's like, just drink the
Drink it.
beer, man.
Exactly. That's the way I feel. You can appreciate it. If you taste it, cool.
Yeah.
If you don't and you still like it, cool.
All right, cool. All right.
2 hours later.
Yes. One eternity later.
I don't know if I can taste the Farfignugan.
No. So I found out about the distillery because one of the folks that I work with, she goes to a lot of the chambers, like meetings, like the city of this and city of that chamber, you
Yeah.
know. And she said they
Where
went
all
to
the
one.
vampires live.
Yes.
In the chambers.
She went to one in Navarre, which is in Santa Rosa County here in Florida. And
As part of the panhandle.
yes. And one of the things they provided, they had breakfast, and they provided margaritas.
Oh, yeah, that's great for all these hoity-toities.
Margaritas made with moonshine from the distillery. And I was like, really?
Oh, really? Let's take a trip.
Margarita, you say?
It's not bad, though.
Yeah, it's not.
Either one Farfignugan hops. Yeah, because there's one up there that Timberland somewhere over Crestview or whatever, too.
I haven't been to that one either.
Yeah, I haven't either. Tim's told us about that. They have a pizza. You can have pizza lessons with a stone oven. And they have axe throwing. And
Oh,
yeah, it's a big place.
okay.
It'll be interesting to go.
You played any new games like recently, or?
I'm stuck on Forza. I'm Forza 2, 3, 4, 5. You were telling me about which one was it?
Starfield
Starfield.
comes out next month on the 6th, but you can pre-download it now so you can play it day one. And I am angry that I have a game on my Xbox that I can't play, and I have been waiting for this game for.
Reminds me of a time that somebody broke their ankle getting a game at GameStop.
Don't do that anymore. Halo 3, folks. I was standing in line at the midnight release, made my way up to the front, and the sidewalk, the handicap
Blame
ramp
the floor here.
was asphalt, and the sidewalk was worse concrete. It's midnight, not very good lighting, and I had to step off the sidewalk for a portion of the line, and my foot hit that handicap ramp wrong, and it handicapped me. So
I was going to mention something to you because I don't know if it was real or not. Because we get a few emails. We've had 2 or 3 emails at the actual Brew Pill. You know, at the end of the episode, if you watch the end, it's got an email. You can send anything. And I don't know if it was real or not because you're not never sure if it's a scammer.
Yeah.
And I was reading it like it was maybe for me because, you know, I'm the one who takes care of that, you know. But I didn't think about it till like a month later or 2 months later. It might have been for you. Because it was from if this company is still watching, I apologize because I handled the email and I look at myself and I don't have a beard, like literally I don't. I have a goatee that I can barely handle, but he's got a beard he can grow. It was from a company called Detroit Grooming, and it was like maybe we can work together. But you don't know which ones are scams or not. So if you actually are a real person from Detroit Grooming, I apologize. And if you're talking about Spencer with his glorious beard, email back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of others that have come through, but they don't say what they're for. So then you're like, yeah, we'd like to work together. Okay, what are you advertising?
We sell children.
Yeah. $2.95 a pound.
Sorry,
Fresh.
folks. If you don't like dark humor, this is not the channel for you.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like kind of hard if you don't know who you're speaking to. And that's the thing is I wasn't thinking I was like, I don't have enough beard. It's got to be a scam. I was like, oh, Spencer does. And I started thinking about it. I was like, maybe it was a real one. So I apologize if it was a real one.
Man, I could be retired right now.
I mean, he will gladly take some beard oil and
Yeah.
he'll talk about it and all
Yeah.
that stuff. He'll be your subject if, you know, because it looked like a pretty cool website when I went and looked at it, you know. It's pretty interesting.
It was made just for you, sir, for that one click.
Yeah, one click. Yes. It might have been when we had 9 clicks on one of our videos, you know.
I'm trying to think, like, any other...
So what is
news?
Starfield supposed to be about?
So it's same folks that made Fallout,
Bethesda?
Skyrim, yeah, Bethesda. It's set in the future. It's based around a theme that they're calling NASA Punk,
Okay.
which is like everything's supposed to look like it's something that we as a society could
so
develop.
it's maybe similar to No Man's Land?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. A lot of comparisons to it because it's basically you get a ship, you can go. There's 1,000 planets you can go to. They said not all the planets have folks on it, but you're allowed to go all these planets on your own. A couple different factions. There's like a pirate faction. There's a United Colonies faction. There's another faction called the Freestar Collective. They're like a Western theme. It gives me Firefly vibes. 'Cause
That'd
they're
be
like,
cool.
Yeah. But you can basically there is main storyline, but you can do what you want basically.
Okay,
So,
that sounds pretty interesting.
yeah.
So I might have to
Damn.
download a thing that sits on my computer or my Xbox. Oh,
I'm kind of upset.
and that's on Game Pass right now.
What's Game Pass day one will be on there because Microsoft owns
There was
Bethesda.
I don't know if you played Fallout 76.
I played for like 10 minutes,
Oh,
but I haven't really. Yeah,
I love the Fallout games. 76 was a disappointment to me.
that's why I didn't.
Well, no, because at first they had a lot of issues, so I
Yeah.
waited. I always wait. I'm not the first person anymore because you don't get a complete game.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk had that issue.
Mhm.
If you wait 6 months to a year, you can get more of a full game. And I hate to say that, but if you're paying $60 to $70 for a game,
Yeah, well, that's like, No Man's Sky you mentioned. When it first came out, they had all these huge promises,
yeah,
and none of it was there.
yeah,
And they took everybody, everybody was like, hey, what about this, this, and this? And they're like, they finally realized, okay, they're like, we're going to fix it. And everything that's been coming out for it, it's all free because,
trying to make up
Yeah.
for it. It seems pretty decent. I've got, I have that. I've been playing it a little bit, but I'm stuck on Forza. I'm sorry. I love Forza, especially when you can pick it up cheap right now.
my son has that, and apparently his garage is worth
Oh, I know.
like $2 million.
It's
And I'm
probably
like,
more than that because on forum mine's worth $36 million. I see his name. That's the funny thing is you have friends, you see him on the other ones. You're like, I know you don't play this one. I think he just plays 5, Horizons 5, because he like every record I try to break, it's always got Ford Racer. I'm like, It's not Spencer.
No, he uses my
Your
the
sign
Game
in.
Pass on his computer, which he's going to be highly disappointed in October because it expires.
Oh.
So I forgot to tell my wife that.
That actually is going to expire.
It's
finally?
actually going to expire in October. I pulled it up, and so I told my wife, I was like, gonna have to, like, probably gonna spend the $60 just on Starfield because it's gonna be cheaper in the long run for me to do that because I haven't touched Game Pass in a little while. I've been playing other
Yeah.
games, so
Well, when I picked up Forza Horizons, I went to our local Rad Junk, and they had 5 for $25. It's
Yeah.
like everywhere else is 50. And I already got it downloaded because of Game Pass.
yeah,
So it's like there's when my Game Pass runs out, I have it.
yeah,
That's what I did with 2 and 3. They were which weren't, but there's 4. I still got to pick up that. But it's cool that you can download the game and play it because of Game Pass.
yeah.
I like that feature. I don't know if PlayStation has that feature.
They have, it's called PlayStation Plus,
Yeah.
and they have games you can play on there. But from what I don't have it, but from what I understand from Kyle, it's not the greatest. Yeah. The ever mysterious Kyle.
Well, I was always a PlayStation fan. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Only reason I didn't get a PlayStation 3, 4, or whatever is because my nephew got me on an Xbox 360. Now Xbox One I've got. I don't have the new one like you have, the Series 1.
Yeah.
But from what I know, there's not much of a difference, I guess, from the 1 to the Series 1.
Or you mean the Series X?
The Series X, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, there's a little bit of a
Are
hardware.
you farting on me?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's I thought you was
Y'all laid down the ground rules. I haven't done it since.
okay. I thought I just heard you.
Even though
releasing
you've
a
been
little.
even though you've been shitting in there this whole time.
I haven't been shitting in there. I'm sitting, not shitting.
It's, I mean, it's not much.
Have I let you try our moonshine pickles? Yeah.
No.
Okay, we'll do that our next break. We'll bring some
Okay.
moonshine pickles.
Oh, actually, how I got into PlayStation, I had a friend who had a PlayStation, the original one.
The original one my friend had. Well, it was a girl I dated, her ex-husband, and it was a PS1 from Japan.
Oh, okay. My buddy had one, and I went over there and we played Final Fantasy VII, and I wanted one, and my parents were like, "We're not spending that money." And then PlayStation 2 came out, and it was actually cheaper to buy a PlayStation 2 at the time than it was a DVD player.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, "We'll buy a PlayStation 2. You can play on it when I'm not using it." And we got it, and he bought all of like 3 DVDs, and it was taking up space. My mother was like, just take it upstairs.
Yeah, Battle Arena Toshinden was my first into the original PlayStation. So I got that in the second one. But that's why I kept some of the original PlayStation games when I got a PS2. Because they were backwards compatible,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Do you have any PS2 games?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which way it goes.
Because I know they were supposed to keep going, but they don't.
No, but I can't remember if it's PS2 games work on the Wii, or if it's Wii games that work on the PlayStation 2. I watched this happen, and they just, boop, they come right up. I'm trying to remember which way it went.
We'll have to research it.
Yeah.
Because we have both.
Try it out.
Yeah.
See what happens.
That's the next thing, is to move the PS2 out of the garage and into the playroom.
I gotta figure my stuff out. I've got a box in my closet in my room.
What's in the box?
It's got an original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64. I've got all these, and I've been saving them for my man cave when I eventually get one.
You might have to get the
And,
adapters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I found on, believe it or not, Temu. Because I was watching, and I've seen some, and this guy got one off Temu. There was a regular one, and this one on Temu, and Temu was like $2.99. It's like, it's $3, you know?
Yeah.
So he got it, and he showed the quality between the one and that. It was like, that looks pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'll have to.
So that's what I got. I just have to.
You don't have anything. Damn.
I'm quick like that. But we'll be back with more thoughts and some moonshine pickles. There you go. Oh, we need a camera person.
Oh!
I'm going to let you open this because I don't think I have the arm strength. It's probably got the whiskey pickle.
Maybe.
I was going to say, here, did you get it? From Old Smoky Moonshine out of Tennessee.
Man, you just smell pickle.
So we're sitting there. My wife's got a little Zane Lamprey going on YouTube right now. I guess his podcast. He's interviewing a guy off of When Calls the Heart, who's one of his friends.
We're talking about transitioning into something like that. We'll
That'd
podcast.
be nice.
Yeah.
To have some microphones, some sponsors.
I'm going to have to go low budget
Yeah,
to begin with.
we got it. That's fine.
Let's see here.
You gonna do a whole one or cut it in half?
I'll do a whole one.
Okay.
Alright. Kyle, you missed out, man.
Oh, there's
He
more
is-
in here, Kyle.
He is Pickle Man at work.
Oh, is he Pickle Man?
Let's see. Well, that's dangerous.
You gotta be chewing to get the moonshine out.
Because at first it's just,
Pickle.
yeah, pickle a little, like get that saltiness, and then it's like, bam.
Moonshine. It's gonna be dangerous as the juice in the bottom.
Ooh.
At the same time. Oh. It's better than moonshine cherries to me. 'Cause I like pickles.
Oh.
Oh. It takes so long because they're really strong. See, Kyle, that's why you should come.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, I figured I'd try this out. It's Yippee-Ki-Yay India Pale Ale from Omaha Brewing Company. An IPA good enough for John McClane himself. Best enjoyed while crawling through the air ducts of the Nakatomi Plaza. That's what it says. I wouldn't lie to you. I don't know what the percentage is. What? It's still kicking your butt?
What you should do
Uh-oh. 7.5%.
is when the pickles are gone, you
Yes.
should throw some of your peppers in there.
Ooh. Some pickle peppers?
Yes.
I do grow peppers, or my wife does. I used to. She took over. India Pale Ale, is it going to bite? Not for me. It's good. I think the pickle might still be biting you. I don't know.
No, it's the Christmas tree.
It's a Christmas tree to you? I must have wore out my taste buds on Christmas trees. Yeah, that looks strong for you. John McClane should be drinking this in the air ducts then.
For you, it tastes like John McClane crawling through the ducts. For me, it tastes like Alan Rickman falling off the.
One of the greatest movies ever made, Die Hard, the original.
I saw your repost about the whole, like, going in depth about how Die Hard is a sequel to a Frank
book.
Sinatra movie,
Yes.
which is based off a book, and then it goes into,
Die Hard 3.
yeah.
I thought it would go into Die Hard 4 or something too, but that was interesting with the first three.
Yeah, and the movies that were supposed to be Die Hard, but they weren't, and
Because the writers changed that.
Mhm.
They took something from this movie. Yeah. I like to repost stuff on TikTok.
okay. It's kind of mellow it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
So, I think we should, instead of this portion of it doing movies, video games, TV shows, all that, we really want to hear from y'all. What do you want to see from us?
Is there a beer you want us to drink?
Yeah.
An alcohol, a liquor.
topic. Do you want to see us, talk more about this, that, or the other?
If you follow the end of the video, it'll give the email right there at the end.
Yeah.
If you actually watch the video all the way through. The Brew Pill.
If you want
or something like that.
Join us, and you're only,
Within, you can always
in
join
the
us.
same county,
Or even if you're not, if you want to join us.
Mhm.
That's up to you. That's your guess.
Hey. Same city, same county, same country,
Always
same
welcome.
world. Yeah. If you're a rich Saudi prince that wants to,
Invest in our company.
yes, hey, we'll have you on here.
That's right.
We'll even drink whatever you want to bring and have a good time doing it.
Always.
We'll make sure you have a good time doing it.
He'll take care of making sure you have a good time. With his luscious beard. He'll be sponsored by somebody. Put your logo right there.
Even t-shirts. We could wear shirts for you.
So we should start. We should get some Brew Pill
We
shirts.
should.
One time we were looking at that in the koozies.
Mm-hmm.
We had koozies that Tina had made.
I still have mine. I gotta bring it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still got mine. Need to do it. But yeah, we'll always take input if you write us. Like I said,
Graciously.
Graciously. We appreciate anybody who sticks around and watches these. So if you watch them, comment.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe. Email.
Kyle. If you're not careful, Kyle, we'll convince your wife to come on here and she can give us all the dirty details.
Don't make us go that route.
Carl.
Carl!
Pickle Carl. Got a pickle waiting for you right here.
Yeah, because I can't eat them all my damn self.